What's up, guys? Slick here from the WGN Xbox YouTube channel with another raid challenge guide for the Copies of Copies Triumph in the Atrax 1 encounter of the Deep Stone Crypt. This challenge is super straightforward, though if you don't execute properly, you have a couple mistakes, it's going to get a little bit more complicated. Your fire team is required to complete the encounter without sending any of the replication debuffs out into space through the doors of the airlocks. So the operator is not going to be shooting open doors and not going to be cleansing people inside of those little rooms that suck the buff out into space. The easiest way to do this challenge is just one phase the boss. This can be done numerous ways, but obviously you just have to somehow maximize DPS. Your whole fire team is going to be running Lament, Lucent Blade, High Energy Fire, and Taking Charge. And additionally, you probably want to take advantage of Weapons of Light from a Titan Bubble or Well of Radiance Warlock whenever you go to damage the boss. When it is time to stun the boss and prevent the wipe, you're going to want to make sure you do a 3-2-1 countdown, followed by your Lament combo with the 2 light attacks, followed by the heavy, and all that doing while you're guarding, so that way you can get the Banshee's Wail on your Lament. And then, of course, as soon as you stun the boss, he'll drop his replication, and you'll have to pick that up. Since the encounter Triumph is you can't cleanse these using the airlocks, your operator's just going to have to constantly be refreshing your teammates. And kind of my standard practice here was give it a few seconds after he picks up the buff, shoot him again, and then as soon as you go to damage the next replication, you cleanse him one more time, so that way you just have as much time as possible in between your different guys coming up and down and going through the different replications and so on. Now, you don't have to do this encounter in one phase. You can take 2 phases. I can't imagine a circumstance where a team going for this challenge would take 3 phases. But anyways, if you're doing 2 phases, there's a couple things you want to keep in mind. Number 1, keep all your replication guys. You'll have 4 of them, obviously. Keep them all together. We kind of kept them up here towards the pods. It just makes it a lot easier for the operator to continuously cleanse them. And obviously, for survivability, you have your barricades and your rifts and whatnot. But this time, the timing here takes a lot longer. I kind of cut out like a whole minute and a half here of just waiting for the second phase to spawn in. Once that second phase does spawn in, signaled by when it pops up in chat saying you have the servitors disrupting the terminal, we decided to have the operator go solo all of the servitors. That just makes it easier because you keep everybody still together. That way it's easy to cleanse them. And it also kind of helps for survivability and keeping the aggro off of the operator, of course. And obviously you'll have a guy in the basement who's also doing the same process as well of soloing the servitors. When the time comes, you have another replication spawn in, of course, and you have to damage him to stun the boss. Hopefully you're at the point where you can just kind of quickly hit him like I was able to and just solo, knock him down, so that way you go to final stand. If not, synchronize all 5 of you guys again, and you certainly should be able to. You could honestly do half the whole health bar using 5 people with Laments. But definitely make sure you stun him. Of course, when you hit this next replication, he dropped the debuff, and that debuff is going to have to be picked up. So I, as the operator, kind of just decided to pick it up. Although you could have somebody juggle it, probably isn't necessary. Just picking it up right away makes the most sense. And then you're going to obviously want to synchronize here on the final Atrax replication and final stand, and just nuke him right away. If you have to go to a second replication, you're going to be running the risk of having someone's debuff timer run out and wiping the encounter. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me in this video. Hopefully this video was helpful and it earned you the Copies of Copies Triumph. If this video was helpful, make sure you tune in next week when we go after the Descent Encounter Challenge of all trades.